Hey everybody, welcome to Big Balls Fantasy Football, the only show with powerful picks, sexy super fans, and is really fun. I'm your co-host, 20-year fantasy veteran, Greg Reifsteck.
And I'm your co-host, Jenilee Borek, a 10-year fantasy veteran, and as you can see, we both love the Chicago Bears. Bear down.
Yep, and together we are
the beauty
and the beast
of fantasy football experts.
So, it's week 2 of preseason, and this week we are going to give you wide receivers and tight ends, sleepers that are a little bit down the list that you're not going to think are going to score big for you, but we think you should take in higher rounds. But first, we got to talk Bears.
Absolutely. So, did you see the whole Bears game?
Yes, I did.
So, there were some good things, some bad things, as most preseason games go. And what was the thing that you were complaining about? Because Greg was texting me the whole game and complaining about one specific area.
Defense! We're still 30th in the league in preseason defense, and we have brought Houston, we have brought on Allen, we have brought on a lot of new defensive heat, and I really hope our coach Tucker gets it together.
And what I was seeing was I feel like the defensive line is starting to come together a little bit. And the corners, Jennings and Peanut are playing good. They're going to be fine, I think. I'm not really worried about the corners, and I'm not really worried about the line as much. I'm worried about the linebackers and the safeties. Of course, we have young linebackers out there. Shea McCullough is still auditioning, you can say, to see if he's going to make it. Bostic's out there, so it just doesn't seem like we're very solid there. And then our safeties are, have been an issue, are still an issue. We have no idea who the starters are going to be. So those are the two areas, which is the middle of the field, that is scary. And that was where Jacksonville was pretty much throwing the ball in the middle of the field.
At will. Yeah, early in the game. It tightened up at the end, and we eventually won, so we're 2-0 in preseason, which means nothing except for pride's sake. But offensively, we looked fantastic. And offensively, we're going to have one big change. One bad thing happened, but I thought it was a good thing, is we got rid of Weems.
Yeah, and I think he was in there primarily for returning, and he wasn't doing that well.
No, he was not.
So,
not
we
all.
brought him in. Has he been with the team 2 or 3 years?
Yeah.
2 years ago, maybe?
So in place of Weems, we got Santonio Holmes, veteran wide receiver, of course, caught, the winning touchdown catch in the, in the Steelers Super Bowl.
Long
time ago. But, I love that was the thing that kept being shown on Chicago press. Don't forget, this is the guy we're getting. Unfortunately, we're getting the person that hasn't been super disciplined, wasn't a really good leader, and was asked to lead on the Jets and had some problems.
Yeah, and you have to remember that he had Mark Sanchez throwing to him for most of the time that he was on the Jets. So the Jets' offense has never been good. I'm hoping that maybe, since he's only being asked to be a number 3, he's not asked to be a number 1 or number 2 for that matter, that in Trestman's offense, he'll get going again. Yeah. So that's, fingers crossed, the hope. Yeah. And he's only the age of Brandon Marshall as well. He's only 30 years old. So we're not getting a wide receiver that, he's a veteran, but he's not, 35 years old.
Right. Can Trestman be a wide receiver whisperer as well? Let's find out. He was very, of course, the Chicago press were all over him, and he's like, we talked to him. I think he's a different guy. Let's go. And that's the way he's talked about a lot of players on our team that have come on that were supposed to be head cases. And Trestman has just, kept everybody cool on our team. So last season, under Sanchez and a little bit of Geno Smith, he played 11 games, 23 receptions, 456 yards. He also came off of Liz Frank surgery the season before. And we all know, that can cause problems in the long run.
That's definitely a tough injury for players. So, like we said, he's just out there auditioning with the rest of the wide receivers that we have, but hopefully bringing in a veteran and not asking him to do as much will help.
So, that was the Bears. Let's get into the picks, the sleeper picks. So, when we come back, we will give you our sleeper wide receivers and our tight ends.